Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Kindred Souls of Brooklyn. And today I'm here at St. Michael the Archangel Roman Catholic Church in Sarasota. Being Catholic, this is one of two Catholic churches that I come to in Sarasota, just to reflect and just to think about certain things, for the foundation and the loss of my son. So I thought this would be a perfect place to come to talk about Carlo Acutis, who's going to be very soon, hopefully a saint in the Catholic Church. So stay along, I'll show you a little bit of the church. There's a special blessing from a good friend of mine. He's the priest who did the services for Matt when Matt passed away. It's a special blessing for any child or teen who's troubled. So I'm going to include that in the video, and hope you enjoy it. And we'll talk about sainthood, we'll talk about Carlo. So I hope you enjoy the video. Stay tuned. So I'll just give you a look at St. Michael the Archangel. It's right here, right before the #1 beach in America. I know if you watch my videos, I say that a lot, but this would be the closest Catholic church if you come to Siesta Key, and it is a really beautiful church. It's actually closed right now, but it's very peaceful. You can come here and say the rosary. It's really nice. And another reason I came here today was because, as opposed to say Incarnation, is because right here over on the other side they have a statue of St. Francis of Assisi, and Carlo is actually from Assisi, so that's why I thought it'd be really interesting to come here and talk about this. So there's way too many things to talk about Carlo, all the things that he did, but I'll put a little caption up here. They call him the patron saint of the internet because he actually made, before his death at 15 years old, he actually made up websites which catalog Catholic miracles, cataloged different things of the church. So rather than, you think about the internet sometimes being a dark force sometimes, he was a light on the internet, and he was also a kid who was called to serve very early. He was like 9 years old when he started going to Mass every day, very spiritual, but he had leukemia and he did die at 15 years old. And he had one miracle attributed to himself, which means, someone prayed to him and they were healed. And this is a person who was actually healed of leukemia. And so when you get one miracle like that, you get what they call blessed, and you need two miracles to actually become a saint. So he recently got his second miracle. It was someone who was had a very bad intestinal situation, and it looked like they weren't going to make it, and they prayed to him and they pulled through. And not only did they pull through, it was totally gone. So the Pope now has actually signed a formal decree where they're going to make him a saint. So we're looking forward to that, and it's going to be really exciting. For us with the foundation, after Matt died in 2019, I've been kind of following his progress, into sainthood, and he's kind of like the unofficial saint. And I think now I'm going to make him the official saint of our foundation, for the internet, because I do a lot of internet stuff. I do a lot of things on Facebook. It's kind of the heart and soul of our foundation, because in this day and age, you want to reach as many people as you can. So Carlo, I'm going to have a picture of Carlo up there, and I had done a video of him before, and I think it's going to be really cool to have him as part of the foundation. So maybe if you're having some trouble, we work with troubled teens, we work with kids who are at risk. So I think it's very appropriate to have Carlo as part of our foundation, the Waffles Foundation. So I'm going to get up now, I'm going to walk around, and I'm going to show you the statue of St. Francis. And I want you to stay tuned, because a good friend of mine who's a priest, who I'm in a better place now as a Catholic. It took me about 5 years to really come to grips with Matt's passing, and of course I'm never going to totally get by it, but it took me like 5 years to really get to a point where I started having some faith again. And not that I was out doing crazy things or anything, but I had pretty much lost my faith in a sense after that. And I was doing a lot of good things, but faith without works is dead, and vice versa. So this priest has always talked to me and helped me, and he was the priest who came and did the services for Matt. And a couple of years ago I met up with him. He had said this really nice thing about young people. I told him he knew I was doing the foundation, and I had recently, on our trip to Kissimmee last weekend, I ran into him again, oddly enough. We drove by the church, because that was a church we had gone to when Matt was little, and of course, growing up. And he didn't make his sacraments there. He had made those in Brooklyn, but we had met him again briefly, and I just told him we had talked about Carlo, and he was very excited about it. And when I talked to him in this clip that I'm going to show you at the end of it, he was talking about Carlo as well. So both of us have been following Carlo's progress. So let me show you a little bit of the church around here, and then I'm going to include that blessing. So I hope you're enjoying the video. So as you can see, this church is on a very kind of an off-road, but a very busy road. The when you ride this way, it kind of comes to a fork in the road. And this road kind of goes to Turtle Beach to the left, and to the right would be Siesta. So it's kind of quiet now. It's Memorial Weekend, but this is a busy road because there's so many roads into this beach. So anyway, this is more of the church. You have your commemorative stones here for people of the parish and people who have taken offerings and stuff, you know, for their loved ones. We have Our Lady of Mercy here. And right over there we have St. Francis of Assisi. And, you know, why is St. Francis so important? And I'll tell you about that when I get closer to him. So we'll give you a look here at one of the most famous saints of the Catholic Church, St. Francis of Assisi. He's the patron saint of animals, as this tells you right here. So you know I absolutely love animals. But Carlo was also from Assisi. I mean, he was actually born in England, and he went there as, I think he was 6 or 7 when the family moved there. So a lot of miracles have been attributed to St. Francis and the town of Assisi. And St. Francis himself he's in what they call incorrupt, which means that his body didn't rot after he passed away. So he's actually, it's kind of a miraculous thing. He's the only Catholic priest. He's the only Catholic priest to be incorrupt. And I think him and Padre Pio is the only Catholic priest to have gotten the stigmata and to be incorrupt. So a lot of history there to take in. That's why what Carlo did was really interesting, gathering all this information on the internet really for the first time from a Catholic perspective. So I'll just show you a little more of the main part of the church here. Really nice. You can come here. And you got to realize it's Florida and it's really hot. It's only May and it's already in the high 90s, right? They have St. Anthony in the back over there. And you can come here and just say the rosary or just kind of hang out a little bit. It's a very peaceful place in the midst of a very busy city, which is really why I like it. Show you a little bit of this over here. So I'll show you this right here. And this is kind of, you saw this from a little way going. This is kind of a place I come to do a lot of deep reflection upon things. And when I'm thinking about things for the foundation or just things in life or just come to pray. It's very, very spiritual, kind of very calming place here. You know, you can stop off at each place and show it to you right here. I mean, definitely a place to come to in the midst of, like I said, a very busy city. And you want to just be at peace. And of course, hey, look, St. Francis has got his influence here. We have a little gecko or iguana. I think it's an anole, actually, they call them. And so I guess this would be a shrine for the Blessed Mother. And you could just, you know, stay right here. You can see how close it is to the main part of the church. Plenty of parking here, although it does get filled up on Sundays, but there's plenty of parking here at the church. So not to worry about that. So right now I'm going to add the portion on of my friend from Kissimmee, from Holy Redeemer. And Father Archie, his name is. And you'll see it's a really great blessing that he gives to the kids of the world. And talking about Carlo a little bit. And, you know, I think it's a good time if you have something going on. Like if you have a kid out there who's sick or, you know, I don't think it has to be a kid because he just doesn't heal kids. But I think, you know, I don't know. You could kind of, you know, a lot of times people, I think it was Voltaire who said that God is playing to an audience who's afraid to laugh. So, you know, in a funny way, maybe you could say, hey, Carlos, you know, he's new, he's becoming a saint, you know, he wants to like make a splash. So I don't know, maybe if you have something really big going on, you could pray to Carlo, and maybe you'll be his third miracle. You know, all we can do is hope. There's a lot of crazy things in the world, and you know, sometimes all we're left with is hope. So with that, thanks for joining me. I'm going to put on the portion. It's only about a minute or so long. It's just a really nice blessing that Father Archie gives, and talking about, you know, young people, and very inspirational message for young people. If someone that you know is, you know, not feeling well or depressed, or they're worried about their self-value, this is really a good portion to play for them. So thanks for joining me on the video, and we look forward to Carlo becoming a saint, and look forward to some healings out there. So thank you very much for joining me. This is Al. I love you guys. Thanks for watching my channel, and I'll see you real soon. Take care of yourself. Stay tuned for the video of Father Archie.
None of us in the world had the material to become a saint. All we had to do is to recognize the beauty and the greatness that is inside of us because of God given to us, especially the young ones. you young ones, don't let anyone tell you that you are bad, that you are ugly, or that you are horrible, because none of that is true. You are beautiful, you are talented, you are capable, and you are good. All you have to do is to recognize it and take it into your heart and say, I'm good, I was made by God, and I'm going to live with God, and God will make me shine and all the beauty that is inside of me. For all of you who are sad or right now depressed or anything, just to let you know, there is a lot of hope in there. There is goodness everywhere. And let me tell you, any one of you are not a mistake. Because if you are alive, because God wants you to be alive, because God has a plan for you. What that means is there is a lot of wonderful things coming up to you. Just know about it and get to know. How you know it? Talking to the one who created you. He created you wonderful and amazing, which is God. He will let you know all the goodness that is in you. The Spirit will help you and guide you to become a saint, as all our saints, and now our beautiful Carlo, who is in the process. God bless you.
God bless you, Father. That was